Okay, let's get started here. First off, we're going to shake it all out. Let go of all that tension. Wiggle around a little bit, jump if you need to. There we go. Now we're going to enter some shoulder rolls. Go ahead and go backwards first while breathing in, going up, back, down, and forward. And when you breathe out, go ahead and reverse it. Roll forwards instead. Continue to roll the shoulders and breathe nice and open for a few more moments. The shoulders are bigger than we think they are, and it's very important to get them moving to open everything up for healthy breathing and healthy vocalizing. Very good. Next up, body rolls. Interlock the fingers, put them behind the head, and let the weight of your arms and head help you to slowly roll forwards and downward. Let your arms fall when they need to. Now go ahead and take a couple nice deep breaths. You're going to feel yourself sink a little lower to the ground. If your hands touch the floor, that's fine. If not, that's also fine. Make a little figure eight with your head, move around a little bit, and then slowly curl back up. Good. Moving on. Now we're going to continue to move. Interlock the fingers again, behind the head. Bring the elbows parallel. Now breathe in and extend your arms out. Breathe out and come back together. Do this a few more times. Arm movement and lung movement are directly connected to each other, so we want to incorporate movement like this to make sure we're getting the most out of those calm, deep breaths. Very good. Next up, now we're going to roll the head. We're going to start counterclockwise here, just rolling the head nice and smooth. It's not a race. Remember to stay calm and even. And go ahead and reverse that motion. Now we're going to roll the other way. Remember to breathe nice and normally while doing these. Get those neck muscles nice and loose. Now we're going to move on to massaging the face. We're going to go ahead, start in front of the jaw, move into the cheeks, and now slowly move down the neck as well, making sure none of this is tightening up and gripping when we're vocalizing. Next, go ahead and take the chin and point it straight up. Stay that way for a moment, breathe normally, feel the throat opening up and stretching, and then come back down when you're ready. Now we're going to stretch up and a little bit to the right. Stay that way for a moment. Remember to breathe. Relax, and then come back. And now up and a little to the left. Lead with the chin. There we are. Feel the throat opening up. Remember to stay nice and calm, breathe normally, and when you're ready, go ahead and come back down. That's better. Now straighten your posture a little bit. Now we're going to stretch the tongue all the way out and down. Up, left, and right. Down again. Up, left, breathe normally, and right. Now onto diagonals. Up and to the left. Up and to the right. Feel this all the way in the back of the throat. Down to the left, and down to the right. Up and to the left again. Up and to the right. Down and to the left. Down to the right. And one more time, just down. Feel that stretch all the way in the back of the throat. And there, we are done. Let's go ahead and move on. Nice and gentle. Calm breathing. Make sure you're standing nice and straight. Smooth. Open. Very nice. Nice and gentle. Keep that head angle. Consistency. Straight ahead. Openness. Very good. My. Tongue nice and relaxed. Check your posture. Relax that jaw. Think nice and tall. There you go. Open. Nice and loosen the throat. Excellent. Yo ho 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 ho. Yo ho 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 ho. Keep that pressure engaged. Hear from the diaphragm. Keep it out of the throat. Tongue down. Tall. Point that chest up. Open. Light. Nice. Nai, 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 nai. Nai, 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 nai. 2 syllables. Very good. Keep that chest up, nice and high. Think warm. There we go. Drop that jaw. Gentle on the eye. Breathe. Forward. Check that jaw position. Well done. Mi, me, ma, mo, mu. Mi, me, ma, mo, mu. Nice and even. Deep breath. Vibration, resonance. Nice and big. Tall. Smooth. Keep that tongue loose. There we are. Wonderful. Now we're on to screaming warm-ups. We're going to do false chords first, and I'm going to warm these up with you guys. Let's activate everything first. We're going to do the cold breath in 4 stages. Start with silent. Breathe like you have a cold. A little more. And get it to touch. Feel that rumble. Now that we're there, we're going to sigh it out. Mild frustration. Increase. More frustration. And now super upset, super angry. Feel that rumble. Now we're going to dog bark here. Bark like a dog. Ruff. Now slow it down a little bit. Ruff. Even more. Ruff. And now one more. Ruff. Now we're going to do some jumping jacks. Moving right along to shaping false chords. We're going to do this lows, mids, and highs on all the different vowel sounds. So repeat after me. Nice low note, smaller mouth shape. A, E, I, O, U. Onto the mids. Open up a little bit. A, E, I, O, U. Now let's raise that pitch a little bit higher. Open up a little higher. Make that shelf with the top of the mouth. A, E, I, O, U. Now onto the lightning round. Lows a little faster. A, E, I, O, U. Mids. A, E, I, O, U. Highs. A, E, I, O, U. Very nice. Okay guys, let's do some jumping jacks with the false chords. We're going to do low, mid, then high, then all three. Let's jump. A, E, I, O, U. Onto mids. A, E, I, O, U. And lastly, highs. A, E, I, O, U. Now here's the challenge. Let's do all three. Here we go. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. Now shake it out. Good job. Now we're going to work on elongating the false chord sound. We're going to do this on lows, mids, and highs 4 times each. And it's going to be each one about this long. Ooh, to that rhythm. I'll give you guys 4 counts. We're going to dive right in. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Ooh, 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 ooh. Nice. Onto mids. Choose a slightly higher note. Open up that mouth. 1, 2. Here we go. Ah, 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 ah. Onto highs, higher pitch. Let's open that up. 1, 2, here we go. Ah, 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 ah. Nice. Now before we start to work on enunciating, now we need to do a couple of different checks. Let's make sure the jaw is nice and loose. Go ahead and work your fingers into the muscles of the jaw. Move into the face. Get that nice and loose. And make your way down the neck as well. Do a couple rolls if you need to. And shake the body out again. Get nice and loose. Each of these next things we're going to do 4 different times. We're going to do tongue swirls now. Let's do clockwise first. And counterclockwise. Very good. Let's get the muscles of the face nice and loose. We're going to do kind of the pouty face. And then back in, like this, 4 times. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Keep that jaw loose. In. Out. And in. Next up, we're going to go from smiling to frowning. Keep that jaw calm. Smile. Frown. Smile. frown, smile, frown, smile, frown. Get those muscles moving. Now we're going to go from the duck face, open and closed. So get that nice and flat. Open, close, open, close, open again. Let's move on. Moving right along, repeat after me. Mana, mana, mana. Nama, nama, nama. Mana, nama, mana, nama, mana, nama, mana, nama. Nana, mana, nana, mana, nana, mana, nana, mana. Bada, bada, bada. Dubba, dubba, dubba. Bada, dubba, bada, dubba, bada, dubba, bada, dubba. Dada, bada, dada, bada, dada, bada, dada, bada. Kata, kata, kata. Taka, taka, taka. Kata, taka, kata, taka, kata, taka, kata, taka. Tada, kata, tada, kata, tada, kata, tada, kata. Very good. Keep all those out of the throat and entirely in the mouth. Now let's do it with some screaming. Okay, let's do these tongue twisters for false chord now. Low, mid, and high. Let's keep all that tension out of the throat and concentrate on that movement of the mouth. Low first. Repeat after me.
Mana, mana, mana. Nama, nama, nama. Mana, nama, mana, nama, mana, nama, mana, nama. Nana, mana, nana, mana, nana, mana, nana, mana. Bada, bada, bada. Dubba, dubba, dubba. Bada, dubba, bada, dubba, bada, dubba, bada, dubba. Dada, bada, dada, bada, dada, bada, dada, bada. Kata, kata, kata. Taka, taka, taka. Kata, taka, kata, taka, kata, taka, kata, taka. Tada, kata, tada, kata, tada, kata, tada, kata.
On to the mids. Here we go.
Mana, mana, mana. Nama, nama, nama. Mana, nama, mana, nama, mana, nama, mana, nama. Nana, mana, nana, mana, nana, mana, nana, mana. Bada, bada, bada. Dubba, dubba, dubba. Bada, dubba, bada, dubba, bada, dubba, bada, dubba. Dada, bada, dada, bada, dada, bada, dada, bada. Kata, kata, kata. Taka, taka, taka. Kata, taka, kata, taka, kata, taka, kata, taka. Tada, kata, tada, kata, tada, kata, tada, kata.
They're going to get harder. Keep it in the mouth. Let's move on to highs and we're going to be done. One more time.
Mana, mana, mana. Nama, nama, nama. Mana, nama, mana, nama, mana, nama, mana, nama. Nana, mana, nana, mana, nana, mana, nana, mana.
Nice and calm.
Bada, bada, bada. Dubba, dubba, dubba. Bada, dubba, bada, dubba, bada, dubba, bada, dubba. Dada, bada, dada, bada, dada, bada, dada, bada. Kata, kata, kata. Taka, taka, taka. Kata, taka, kata, taka, kata, taka, kata, taka. Tada, kata, tada, kata, tada, kata, tada, kata.
And you are done. Great job. Go have some fun. Let's get started with some fry screams. First step is finding that fry vocal register. Let's dip down into it 3 times from the note comfortable in our range. And find it. Get it nice and loose. 2 more times. Good. Now let's shift that into other registers. Pick a note that's nice and comfy and kind of ease backwards into it. Or let it fall into that voice crack feeling. A little higher. Whatever note you choose. Try and feel that TV static sensation. Now we're going to make the sound wah into that 4 times.
Wah, 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 wah.
Start to drive into it a little bit.
Wah, wah.
Now drive it home.
Wah!
Again.
Wah!
And feel that balance of the air pressure kick in on its own.
Wah!
There we are. Let's get to shaping these fry screams into vowel sounds. We're going to do this for a mid, low, and high 4 times each. Make sure you pick a note that's nice and comfy, and since it's the fry scream, focus on that mouth movement. Mids first.
A, E, I, O, U.
Now let's do a low. Make that mouth shape small.
B, 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 whoa, B.
And nice and high.
I, E, I, O, U.
Now let's do them faster, all in a row. Mid first.
A, E, I, O, U.
Lows.
B, 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 B.
And highs.
I, E, I, O, U.
Nice job. Okay guys, let's do some jumping jacks with the fry scream. We're going to do these on lows, mids, and highs with all of our vowel sounds. We're going to do them separately, and then as a challenge, then we're going to do everything together. So let's go ahead and jump. Follow me.
A, E, I, O, U.
That was that mid. Let's dip it down to that low a little bit.
E, E, I, O, U.
And now lastly, into the high. Get that nice shelf up here.
I, E, I, O, U.
Here's that challenge round. Let's do all 3. Mid first, just to keep it comfy. Low, and then high. Here we go.
I, E, I, O, U. B, E, I, O, U. I, E, I, O, U.
Now shake it off. Great job. Now before we start to work on enunciating, now we need to do a couple of different checks. Let's make sure the jaw is nice and loose. Go ahead and work your fingers into the muscles of the jaw. Move into the face. Get that nice and loose. And make your way down the neck as well. Do a couple rolls if you need to. And shake the body out again. Get nice and loose. Each of these next things we're going to do 4 different times. We're going to do tongue swirls now. Let's do clockwise first. And counterclockwise. Very good. Let's get the muscles of the face nice and loose. We're going to do kind of the pouty face. And then back in, like this, 4 times. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Keep that jaw loose. In. Out. And in. Next up, we're going to go from smiling to frowning. Keep that jaw calm. Smile. Frown. Smile. Frown. Smile. Frown. Smile. Frown. Get those muscles moving. Now we're going to go from the duck face, open and closed. So get that nice and flat. Open. Close. Open. Close. Open again. Let's move on. Moving right along, repeat after me. Mana, mana, mana. Nama, nama, nama. Mana, nama, mana, nama, mana, nama, mana, nama. Nana, mana, nana, mana, nana, mana, nana, mana. Bada, bada, bada. Dubba, dubba, dubba. Bada, dubba, bada, dubba, bada, dubba, bada, dubba. Dada, bada, dada, bada, dada, bada, dada, bada. Kata, kata, kata. Taka, taka, taka. Kata, taka, kata, taka, kata, taka, kata, taka. Tada, kata, tada, kata, tada, kata, tada, kata. Very good. Keep all those out of the throat and entirely in the mouth. Now let's do it with some screaming. Almost at the finish line now. Let's combine these tongue twisters with the fry screams. We're going to start in the middle first, go into lows, and then lastly the highs. Repeat after me.
Maya, maya, maya. Nama, nama, nama. Maya, nama, maya, nama, maya, nama, maya, nama. Nana, maya, nana, maya, nana, maya, nana, maya. Baya, baya, baya. Dabba, dabba, dabba. Baya, dabba, baya, dabba, baya, dabba, baya, dabba.
Move that mouth.
Daya, baya, daya, baya, daya, baya, daya, baya. Kaya, kaya, kaya. Taka, taka, taka. Kaya, taka, kaya, taka, kaya, taka, kaya, taka.
Nice.
Daya, kaya, daya, kaya, daya, kaya, daya, kaya.
Now let's do lows.
Maya, maya, maya.
Nope. We'll have to do a cut there.
It's okay.
All of that clipped. Good.
Buh. Buh.
Now let's do it with lows. Make sure you don't cram these down.
Maya, maya, maya. Nama, nama, nama. Maya, nama, maya, nama, maya, nama, maya, nama. Naya, maya, naya, maya, naya, maya, naya, maya.
Get that movement.
Baya, baya, baya. Dabba, dabba, dabba. Baya, dabba, baya, dabba, baya, dabba, baya, dabba.
In the mouth, not the throat.
Dada, baya, dada, baya, dada, baya, dada, baya. Gada, gaya, gaya.
Use that tongue.
Taka, taka, taka. Gada, taka, gada, taka, gada, taka, gada, taka. Dada, gaya, dada, gaya, dada, gaya, dada, gaya.
Last but not least, let's do it with those highs. Get that shelf. Raise it just a little bit. Repeat after me.
Maya, maya, maya. Nama, nama, nama. Mana, nama, mana, nama, mana, nama, mana, nama. Nama, maya, nama, maya, nama, maya, nama, maya. Baya, baya, baya. Dabba, dabba, dabba. Baya, dabba, baya, dabba, baya, dabba, baya, dabba. Daya, baya, daya, baya, daya, baya, daya, baya.
Right here.
Kara, kara, kara. Taka, taka, taka. Kara, taka, kara, taka, kara, taka, kara, taka. Daya, kara, daya, kara, daya, kara, daya, kara.
And there you have it. Go have some fun.